Hello and good day. Welcome to class number 7 of this wonderful Flow and Fly sequence series. It's our second last class in this series together, and today we are playing with the half squat pose called Skanda Nayasana or Skandasana, depending on different schools of thought, or Skanda Asana. Um, it's good to be here. I'm going to be honest. It's a tricky week this week, and uh, I don't want to go into too much detail. But our province is going through something very difficult, and there's a lot of grieving happening. Um, and I'm struggling mentally with this. How much do I speak to what's happening in the world versus how much do I give people a reprieve from what's happening in the world? And I don't have the right answer, ever. And I make the choices that I make as a teacher, and sometimes it's what students need, and sometimes it's not what students need. Um, I'm going to teach from my heart today, and without going into great detail. Um, so the teaching that we're going to look at today is what do we do when there's nothing we can do? And it's an old Zen koan. And if you're not familiar with koans, koans are these paradoxical riddles that are meant to leave you with more questions than answers. And it's the teaching that's coming up a lot for me in the last couple of days. What do we do when there's nothing you can do? And I remember watching protests many, many years ago, like 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Oh God, it would have been like 20. Anyways, um, and there is these mass protests where these Muslim people were pausing the protests for prayer. And when they were uh, in their prayers, they were very vulnerable. So all of these people that were not Muslim were standing around them, holding hands and just holding space for their time. And it's just something I'm thinking a lot about right now. There's not a lot I can do in terms of being supportive um, to these communities and families that have been changed forever by what's happening in Tumbler Ridge. But as a nation, I'm watching people form this like barrier, this circle, and holding hands. Um, and it's just something that I'm sitting a lot in is what do we do when there's nothing you can do? And I know that, you know, there's GoFundMe pages that we can contribute to. And I know that the parent uh, teacher association in Tumbler Ridge has set up GoFundMe pages. Um, and there's prayers that we can send and listen to one's stories and talk to family and be there for one another as everyone navigates how difficult this is. Um, but beyond that, like on an individual level, as we sit with what's coming up in the world, um, what do you do when there's nothing you can do? And I remember one of my teachers so long ago saying that uh, yogis love to move. And when we move our bodies, we um, rob ourselves of the need sometimes to just sit with what's difficult. And there are parts of me that agreed with this teaching, and there are parts of me that didn't agree with this teaching. Um, so I want you to think about that as we practice and move in our body today, that sometimes when we get busy, either in our yoga practice or in life, we're doing that to not be in what's difficult. So this teaching is calling us to sit in the difficulty without it consuming us. And also to remember that although it's a really sad reality, we get to look around and see all the helpers. So there are hundreds and thousands of people that have been helping um, this very small town and the people that have been affected by it. So thank you to those helpers. Um, and for me, I get to be that person that holds the hand with the next person and create this barrier and hold space for all of these families. So, let's practice. Uh, I didn't think I'd cry, but here it is. All right. What do we do when there's nothing we can do? We hold space, and that's all we can do right now. So, for the next 70 minutes, we hold space for ourselves. We hold space for what comes up. If ever you need to pause and just sit in stillness, by all means. If you ever need to pause the video and come back to it, by all means. Ever this is too triggering for you and you wish that I would only teach something positive. I'm very sorry. I hope you all know me well enough at this point that um, part of who I am is talking about what's difficult sometimes, and knowing that it's okay for last week to be really fun and joyful, and this week to be a little heavier, and next week for it to be what real life is. So yeah, have an amazing class. Enjoy your practice. Enjoy the silence, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, let's start in uh, child's pose. Rest your forehead onto the mat. Reach your arms out in front of you. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch your back long, and then start to deepen your breathing here. In through your nose, out through your nose. And if you've got an ujjayi breath, really good breathing technique to get you out of your mind, especially when thoughts are spiraling. Press your palms down, lift your elbows up, and get really long yet again. Like, how much longer can you get? Inhale, slide forward into a tabletop shape. Start to move your spine in all different directions. So, a cat, a cow, and everything in between. Move your shoulders, sway your hips. Curl your toes under bear pose. And I'm just doing some little bear taps. So on your exhale, I want you to lift your hips and then lower your knees back to a hover. Exhale, lift and lower. And you can do that with the knees from the ground position too. And we're just building up the strength in the core to do this lift. All right, downward facing dog. Start to create some movement into your arches, your ankles, the backs of your ankles. You feel it into your calf muscles, hopefully. This is considered rest or resting shape, meaning if this doesn't feel like rest, tabletop and child's pose whenever we end up in downward facing dog. Be wise with your body. And in these quiet, soft moments, we just hold steady. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Stand all the way up, palms together, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your legs back. Plank pose can be with knees lifted or lowered. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower to the mat. Baby cobra, breathe in and lower down. A little higher, maybe a little higher, maybe. Slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Tabletop or child's pose, 3 breaths. So although we're following a sequence, the Skanda Nayasana is what we're working towards. The style today is a little softer, less about the goal of the pose and more about just showing up for ourselves. Right, downward dog if you're not already there. Bring your feet together, lift up high, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand all the way up. Hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half. Exhale, move your body however you'd like. We'll move to downward dog when you're done. One breath in, a soft breath out. Breathe for your community and for yourself. One last cycle. Lift up high, get low, make your way to the top. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, skyward, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift, move your body. Lift your right leg up, knee to your elbow. Inhale up to your armpit. Inhale up. Step it through. Crescent lunge. Good. Bring your weight forward. Step your left foot to meet your right. Chair pose. Hands to your heart. Twist to the right. Good. Back to center. Crescent lunge. Reach your arms up. Hands to the floor. Step back as you inhale. Exhale, lower. Find your back bend. Downward dog. Left leg lifted. Knee to your elbow. Inhale up to your armpit. Inhale, reach. Step it through. Bring yourself forward. Right foot to meet your left. Sit low. Hands to your heart. Twist. Back to center. Step your left foot back. Reach up. Hands to the floor. Move your body however you see fit. Steady in, steady out. Stay with your breath and everything that comes up. Lift your right leg up, knee to your nose. Step it through. Make sure your block is handy. Arms overhead. Open into warrior two. Gaze past your fingertips. Long breaths. Straighten your front leg. Hips back, reach forward, Trikonasana pose. Yeah, reach your fingertips higher. Breathe space and life into every sensation inside of your body. Hand onto your hip, bend your front knee. Bring your foot back towards the middle of your mat. And then your weight forward so it's on your right leg. Move your block so it's under your shoulder and then lift up out of the block. Lift your leg up so it's hip height. Stack your shoulders and twist towards the side wall. Maybe reach back and grab your left ankle. It's the ankle dangling in space. And maybe as a final option, you're going to lift out of your right hand. Okay, standing splits. So bring your knee to your nose, round forward, Kick your leg up. So we're going to do some hip flossing here with your breath. So you can use a block if that's helpful. You're going to stack your hips and then roll your hip down. And you should feel it in your right bum cheek. So stack and roll. Now bring your breath into it. Place your left foot beside your right. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Now hips low, arms high. Utkatasana, chair pose. So knees past the toes, hips low. Interlace your hands, reach your palms up. And then bring your rib cage to your thighs. Get really long through your side body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Jump or step back. Movement of choice. Downward dog. Lift your left leg up. Knee to your nose. Step it through. Place your block beside your left ankle. Arms up. Warrior two. And when there's nowhere left to go, we hold space for everything that is real in the world and real within ourselves. Straighten your left leg, hips back. Reach forward. Hand to your block. Reach your arm up into the sky. Right hand onto your hip. Bend your front knee, bring your weight back, your foot back, and then shift forward. Adjust your block. Hand onto it, straighten your arm, lift your chest, straighten your standing leg. Right leg will lift. And squeeze that outer gluteus muscles. And then option to reach your arm up. Also option to bend your knee to grab for your foot. Falling is not acceptable. All right. Bring your hands to the floor. Knee to your nose. Kick your legs up. And we're going to do those flossing. So stack the hips. And then lower your right hip. Stack. And lower. Couple more times. Right foot, place it beside your left, halfway lift. Hold. Hips low, Utkatasana. Hands interlace, reach your palms up. You can also use a strap, and you're just rolling out and sitting low. So I'll show you with a strap. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Move your body however you'd like. Steady in this resting place. What do we do when there's nothing we can do? You're gonna make your way to the top of your mat. Hop, skip, jump. Separate your feet hip distance. Good. You can do this from a block, so hands onto your block. For anyone who struggles with low back pain or hamstrings, glutes that don't fire, this is a great place to start. Doing an active forward fold, so core is strong, legs are lifted away from the kneecaps, even your toes are lifted. Your back feels fine. I'm gonna plant the hands on the floor and scrub them down towards the top of the mat. You can do that. And release your efforts. Take a halfway lift. Roll. Nice. Inhale all the way up. Hands to your heart. Soft breath in and out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half. Flow of choice. Downward dog. Lift your left leg up. Slide forward. Plank pose with the leg lifted. Good. You can roll to your right ankle or a side plank. Back to plank with the leg lifted. Strong, strong, strong. Downward dog or three-legged dog. Place your foot down. Other side, so lift your right leg up. Slide forward. Really strong. Roll to the left ankle. Lift and reach. Hand to the mat. Three-legged plank. Three-legged dog. Good work. Downward facing dog. Inhale up. Get low. Hopper step to the top. Halfway lift and fold. And walk your feet out. Turn your toes out. All right, so arms up. Then a half squat. Lower and left. I want you to engage your glutes and your inner thighs and pull up when we do this. So lower and lift. Two more. Last one. Good, nice and low. Get low, get low, get low. Right into Malasana. Hands to your heart and just stay for what's here. Your heart is beating. Your nervous system is activated. Option to stay exactly as you are. We'll take it into a twist. So you're going to, let me just turn so you can see me. You take your left arm, straighten it out, reach, and then roll your rib cage open. Good. Lift your right arm up. And those who bind, you can go for a bind here. I don't typically bind anymore, but I'll show you what it looks like. Go hand behind you. Take that left arm, scoop it back. You're gonna bend your elbow. Just find the strap and roll your chest open. Good, other side. So right arm straighten it. I'm gonna twist left arm up. Option for that bind. So you're gonna extend and bend your elbow. Place the back of your hand on your low back. You just find the strap and then cinch it up. Really good. Back into Nayasana or some variation. If you'd like to play around with crow pose, tripod headstand, or anything you want in the next few breaths, go for it. Otherwise, just continue to explore this place of still quietness, where we can hold space for the reality of life. Horrific things happen, and then wonderful people come, and time moves everything forward. Forward fold, however you'd like to get there. Downward dog, tabletop, or child's pose for 5 breaths. You need to give your wrists a break. Child's pose. You're not in downward facing dog. Make your way there. Collective breath in and a collective breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up towards the sky. And exhale, step it through. Crescent lunge. Ah. Warrior two. So extended side angle. I'm gonna get low into the hips. Elbow into the thigh. Reach your right arm to the top corner of the room. So this is option one. Option two is with a block. You can get a little bit lower, maybe. Option three is to go for that bind, that same style of bind that we did in our Malasana. Take the strap behind you, bend your elbow, just dangling it underneath. Grab your strap. You don't need to be tight, just enough that you can open up. And then release it back into your warrior two, exalted warrior, warrior two. Straighten your left leg, pivot your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Just move your block aside and take a wide plank forward fold. So hands under your shoulders. And then from here, bring your heels a little bit closer towards one another so the toes point out. I'm just going to move from side to side, bending at the knees, and the hips slide from left to right. So working into Skandasana on the left. So bent left knee, right leg is straight. The back heel or the foot under your bum, that heel can be lifted, or you can walk the leg further away from you and sit onto the heel. The difference is a lot of this inner thigh opening and a willingness to fall. So from here, you can bring your hands to your heart. You can take that twist that we did before. You can work on a bind if you want to work on a bind. And you can also work on the arm balance. So the heel has to lift in this variation. The right big toe has to come down. And take your hands under your shoulders, and then you're going to lift up until your upper leg taps the back of your tricep. And then you're going to tip forward, and the left foot will lift. The right leg will stay on the mat. All these different variations. Choose the one that allows you to stay whole and real today. And slowly come back. And then from your wide-legged forward fold, I want you to walk your hands to the top of your mat, pivot, and lower your right leg down. And we're just doing a transition movement here. So I want you to bend your front knee, lunge, then straighten your front leg, hips back. Lunge. And then you can move your body however you wish. The downward facing dog. And just so that you're not staring at my butt for the next sequence, I'm just going to turn myself around. Good. We're going to go with a couple of really deep breaths here. All right, lift your right leg up and step it through. Ascent lunge. Open up. Sit low. Going for this version of extended side angle. So arm on the thigh, left arm overhead. Option to take that bind, find that strap close to your right bum cheek. You're gonna reach your arm underneath, grab your strap. You want lots of space here. Back to exalted warrior or extended warrior two, now exalted. Warrior two, to wide-legged forward fold. So straighten your front leg, pivot your toes, nice wide stance. Then turn your toes out just slightly, and you're just gonna slowly bend from one leg to the other. Good, and I'm gonna stay on the right leg. The heel might be lifted. It might not be. Might bring your hands together in prayer. Might find a twist or a bind or the arm balance. Just curious. Stay present Back into your wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift, walk your hands to the top of your mat, pivot and lower your lefty down. And here it's just movement. So forward and back, forward and back. Mm. And then make your way through a flow if you'd like. Find your resting pose. Few breaths. Okay, good work. And inhale, come forward, high plank. Bring your toes together. Zip your legs up. And then slowly lower yourself down. Good work. Inhale, lift your head and chest away from the floor. And exhale, lower. So really strong legs. Maybe lift a little higher. And lower. Take your forehead to the mat. Palms underneath your forehead and just rest here for a breath. There's this artist online that circulates these series of animated pictures talking about mental health. And I always remember one where this person who was going through a really difficult time, their friend came over and just had tea with them. And you try to give them advice or rush them. And just this presence. Sometimes we have to be that person having tea with ourselves, just holding space for what is, for what isn't. Mm. From here, I want you to bring your forehead to the mat. Reach your arms alongside your body, palms face down. Push your arms down till you feel your armpits suck in. Lift your head and chest. Engage your legs, lift them away from the floor. And now try to make your lower back a little longer. Maybe your arms float. Bring everything down. Do that same pose a second time. You can interlace your hands above your hips if you'd like, or you can use a strap, which is what I really like to do these days. So lift your head and chest up, lift your legs, lift your arms. Bring everything down. Bend your knees, reach back and grab for your ankles. Option to do one leg at a time or both. Bring your knees and your feet in line with your hips. Roll your shoulders up and back, and then pull your feet towards the ceiling. When you come out, I need to put my hands just above my bum cheeks and just push my back a little longer, just to relieve some of that compression. Mm, Really nice. From here, bring your legs closer together, hands under your biceps, strong legs, strong core. Push the floor away, plank to downward facing dog. Sway your hips side to side. Lower your knees. Swing your legs out in front of you. Lie down onto our back. And make sure you've got a pillow or a bolster and a block close by. Mm. Kind of tuck your shoulders underneath of you and walk your feet close to your hips, wide through your stance. Would you lift your hips up just a couple of inches? Engage your right bum cheek, then your left. And then start to lift your sternum up towards your chin. You can walk your shoulders underneath of you if you'd like. And stay with robot arms, so bent elbows or hands to the mat. I like to grip the mat, and that helps me to find the front of my chest, those muscles. And then I can lift higher without it feeling like too much. Roll your shoulders out. Lift your heels around your spine down one vertebra at a time. And get still and be quiet. What do we do when there's nothing we can do? We hold space. We look to the helpers. We become a helper ourselves in whatever capacity we have, whether that's through phone calls with family and loved ones, or just smiling to somebody on the street. And when there's nothing else we can do, we hold hands, We create this barrier. We offer our ability to cocoon those in pain, knowing that the only thing we can really do is just to be there. You have the option to do one more of these back bends. You can do a bridge, so second variation of what we just did. You can do wheel pose, or if you'd like to take it a little bit slower, you've got your pillow. You can make it a restorative bridge pose, which is what I'm going to be doing. So hips high, place your support under your hips. Take your arms overhead if that feels safe. And you can extend your legs long if that feels okay in your back. Soft breaths, long breaths. Take two more really juicy breaths here. Lift your hips up. Bring your hips down after you remove your prop, if you've got one. And then hands onto your kneecaps. So I want you to dangle your legs away from your hands and just slowly making circles in your hips. Yeah, really good. Bring your knees towards your chest. And we're gonna rock and roll up into boat pose or seated, whichever you prefer. And you can always just roll over onto your side if rolling on your spine is too uncomfortable. So you're gonna bring your chin to your chest, knees towards your nose. You're just rocking forward and back. Boat pose. Toes can be down and chest can be lifted. Toes can be extended, arms can be extended. Choose one that feels appropriate. Like you can be strong in it. Maybe one leg lifts. Maybe one leg like this. Maybe both legs lift. Maybe you want to grab your toes, extend one leg, extend the other leg, extend both legs. Nice and wide. Chest lift, chest lift, chest lift. Nice. Bend your knees, bring your feet together, chest lifted. Good. Bring your feet down. Uh, okay. So we are going to do a fire log pose with different arm variations. So, uh, left shin parallel to the top of your mat, right ankle over the left knee, right knee over the left ankle. If your legs look like this and they're just like they ain't moving, you can bring a prop under this leg. You can elevate your hips just slightly. And when any of those don't work, you're just crisscrossing your legs in front of each other. They've got these options. Flex your toes towards one another, sit tall. You should feel a good stretch in your right outer hip, maybe elsewhere. All right, so arm variations, take your arms up. I'm going to do right arm underneath. So eagle arms or grab opposite shoulders. Squeeze your palms, point your fingertips up, sit tall. Find your core and breathe deeply. Head, arms up, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Nice. Come back through center, twist the other way. Nice. Back through center, switch your legs around. So top leg parallel-ish with the bottom leg. Ankle and knee are stacked over knee and ankle. So you've got a bit of a gap here. As long as it has some movement, it's fine, but you may like having some extra support there. The biggest feedback is your knees. If your knees are not happy, find adjustments. And only you can figure out what that adjustment looks like by trying different things. So the target area I want you to feel is this left outer hip. Take your arms up, left under your right this time. Press the crown of your head higher. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Good. Back through center. And take your legs and just give them a bit of a shaky shake. Good. So you have a couple of different ways to do cow face pose. I have big thighs, so it just looks different with me. You get skinny legs, you might be able to do this. Uh, the pose is quote unquote both hips neutral on the floor with the top leg crossed over like two shoelaces that are tied. Um, which is why this is called shoelace or cow face pose. Um, and the legs, quote unquote, should be parallel to the side of your mat. Um, I can sort of kind of do it, but I need some extra support. So I'm going to place it under my right foot. And that just gives me a little bit of stability. And this is the best that my pose can look. So we're going to do some arm variations. If you prefer to do your own, go for it. But we've been doing some shoulder stuff today, so we're going to carry on. So take your strap, dangle it behind your head, left hand, thumb points down. Place your back of your hand, small of your back, and you're going to grab your strap, both ends. You're just going to work the strap, walking up the strap until it gets nice and tight. Then squeeze the strap elbow high, sit tall. Really good work. One more breath. Nice. Slowly come all the way out. Give your legs a little hiya and switch sides. So right foot underneath of your left thigh over your right, and then just walking your legs into position that works for you. You can also put this bolster right under your bum as well. And for people that don't have externally rotated hips, like non-birthing hip people, uh, you'll prefer that 100%. All right, so strap overhead. Oh wait, we're doing the other arm. I don't remember. Oh wait, left arm up, right arm onto the side. Point your thumb down. Press the back of your hand to your low back and find your strap. Both ends, and then bend your left elbow. Put your hands up the strap. All right. Tighten your strap. Elbow high, right elbow in, hug it in. It's not supposed to be a comfortable pose. It is supposed to be a helpful pose. And apparently, this is supposed to look like a cow face. And I've yet to figure out the angle in which I can see it. I have yet to figure that out. So if you know, you let me know. And slowly let everything go. My shoulders should be tender, but not in pain. All right. Legs out in front of you. Give them a little shaky shake. Roll them from side to side. Ah, nice. If you're facing my direction, turn to face the front of your mat. Good. And we're gonna do seated posture. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Place your right hand on the floor behind you. And just twisting. And come undone. Cross your left over your right. And left hand behind you. Twist in the opposite direction. Unravel. Cobbler's pose, so feet together. Lift your chest up tall. Squeeze your feet together and lean forward and upward in the first half. Come out halfway. And then round your full body. You can place your forehead onto some pillows or bolster. You can dangle and just drape from side to side. You can slide your arms all the way out in front of you, or even tuck them under your ankles. Whatever you choose, allow it to expand you fully. Slowly come up. Found a counter twist in any direction. And then find a comfortable seat. And press the crown of your head skyward. And palms face down today. Lengthen your low back just a little bit by lifting your pelvic floor towards your navel. Relax your shoulders. And you're just staying with all the sensations of your body. Notice how easy it is for us to push away the uncomfortable ones and squeeze on to the pleasurable ones. And this practice is to sip your tea and be steady. And we practice that here so that we can do this with others. And when we do that with others, it's a ripple effect. It teaches them how to do that with themselves and then with others as well. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. I forgot my bells, so you have to imagine 3 bells chiming. Ding, ding, ding. And take any movements that feel good for you right now. We'll meet in Shavasana. However, you want to get cozy. Make any adjustments that really just allow you to be fully held in the space. Relax your body into this shape. Sometimes when life feels more complicated than we want it to be. This practice is here to reorganize so that while we cannot change what happens outside of us, we can create the conditions internally so that we can respond to the world with a sense of integrity and kindness. Wherever your mind is, bring it back to your body. Take a soft breath in and a long breath out. Move however you'd like. And slowly make your way into a seat. And we'll seal class off with three ohms, uh, and then a prayer, or the closing chant. If you know the chant, you're welcome to join in. And then I wanted to explain the final offering that I close my classes with is Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Um, Shanti means peace. Um, and the whole point of repeating it 3 times is peace for me, peace for you, peace for everyone. Or let there be uh, ease for me, let there be ease for you, and let all of us be easeful. And in some iterations, it's may you be free of suffering. May I be free of suffering. May we all be free of suffering. And I think that's poignant today. And so bring your hands together at your heart. We'll take one cleansing breath in and out. And then on the top of the inhale, we'll begin. So breathe in and out. Breathe in. Uh, 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 um, Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly and opportunity is lost. Let us awaken, awaken. Do not squander. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.